Welcome. This video is brought to you by My Shoe Covers, reusable and washable booties for residential contractors with a grip you can count on. In this video, we're going to talk about 10 tips to getting into the HVAC trade the right way. Whether you're fresh out of high school or thinking about switching careers, this will give you a real-world roadmap of how to actually get started, and what really matters once you're in. We'll break down how people really enter the trade, what separates good techs from great ones, and how you can build a long-term career in HVAC instead of just a short-term job. Let's dive right in. Number 1. Start with education or a trade program. One of the most effective ways to get into HVAC is through a trade program or dual enrollment while you're still in school. A lot of technicians actually start this way, splitting their time between regular classes and hands-on trade training. That early exposure gives you a huge advantage because by the time you graduate, you already understand the basics of the trade and how systems actually work in the real world. Number 2. Get real-world experience as fast as possible. Once you've got the basics, the next step is getting into the field. Most people start in new construction, working on townhomes, apartments, and large builds. It might feel repetitive at first, but this is where you learn how systems are installed from the ground up. Number 3. Transition into residential service work. After installation experience, the real learning begins in residential service. This is where you start going into homes, diagnosing problems, and figuring out why systems are failing. You're no longer just installing, you're solving real problems for real customers. Number 4. Learn the why, not just the how. A lot of beginners focus on steps. Great technicians focus on understanding. Instead of just checking pressures because someone told you to, you need to understand what those readings actually mean. Why is superheat high? Why is subcooling low? Why is airflow restricted? Once you understand the why, you stop guessing and start diagnosing like a professional. Number 5. Get good at diagnosing problems. Diagnosis is where technicians are made. When a system isn't cooling, you don't jump to conclusions. You check airflow, static pressure, refrigerant levels, temperature splits, and electrical components step by step. A real technician doesn't replace parts randomly. They identify the actual failure with proof. Number 6. Pay attention to the small things. In HVAC, small details prevent big problems. Something as simple as a clogged drain line can flood an attic. A weak capacitor can shut down an entire system. Dirty coils can destroy efficiency and performance. The technicians who slow down and do the small things right are the ones who build trust and long-term careers. Number 7. Learn your tools properly. Your tools are only as powerful as your understanding of them. Whether it's a multimeter, gauges, or temperature probes, knowing how to use them correctly is what turns data into decisions. For example, when you test a capacitor and see it within a 5% tolerance, you're not guessing, you're making a technical decision based on real numbers. Number 8. Don't rush the process. A lot of new techs want to move too fast, into higher roles, into business, or into leadership before they're ready. But HVAC rewards experience. The more systems you see, the more mistakes you learn from, and the better you get at solving problems under pressure. Rushing usually slows you down in the long run. Number 9. HVAC is a long-term secure career. One of the biggest advantages of this trade is stability. Heating and cooling will always be needed. Homes, businesses, hospitals, none of them function without HVAC systems. That means once you're skilled, you're in a career that's always in demand, regardless of the economy. Number 10. Think beyond just a job. HVAC can be just a job, or it can become a long-term career path. Some techs stay in the field and become highly skilled specialists. Others move into leadership, start their own companies, or eventually train the next generation. The trade gives you options, but it's up to you to decide how far you want to take it. So the bottom line is this: if you're getting into HVAC, don't rush the process. Focus on learning the fundamentals, getting real field experience, and building your skill set step by step. Because once you understand the trade the right way, it becomes more than a job. It becomes a long-term career with real opportunity. On behalf of the My Shoe Covers team, thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe for more content built to help you grow in the trades. And let us know in the comments, what stage are you at right now in your HVAC journey?